On this episode with Dan on the Street, Dan meets up with Northfield Bank's very own Robin Lefkowitz. Next on Dan on the Street.
We're about to meet Dan on the Street, yeah. D-A-N, Dan on the Street, yeah. Talking anything with Dan on the Street, yeah. D-A-N, Dan on the Street, yeah. 10314, just knock on Grace Foundation's door. If you really want to meet Dan on the Street, yeah. Dan on the Street.
And joining us today, Robin Lefkowitz, Executive Vice President of Northfield Bank, on location here at the Grace Foundation at the Northfield Bank Foundation Sensory Friendly Playground. Also joining us today are Michael and Natalie from the Dayhab crew. Thank you for joining us, Robin.
Thank you for having me.
So we'd like to start out by having our guests tell us a little bit about their history on Staten Island and really how you got into business and working here on the island.
Sure. So my whole career is in banking, and I'm now on Staten Island 34 years. I started in Brooklyn. I grew up there. I went to college there. I started banking in Brooklyn, working in banking in Manhattan. And we had moved to Staten Island when I was pregnant with my older son. And I really didn't appreciate Staten Island because when you live here and you work off the island, you don't kind of appreciate what's going on. But then I got a job with Staten Island Savings Bank many years ago, and I became very entrenched in the Staten Island community. And I've been with Northfield Bank now 16 years. I run all of the branches, back office, branch administration, and deposit operations. So basically anything that touches a branch or branch customers reports under me, and I love it.
Executive Vice President. Wow. Can you tell us a little of what you do with Northfield?
Sure. So I run all of the branches. We have 38 branches in Brooklyn, Staten Island, and throughout central and western New Jersey. And all of the branch managers, the regional managers, and business development all report up through me. And I have back office, deposit operations, and branch administration, which is just the back office support center for the branches.
You're someone that people follow because of the example you set. Who and what motivates you?
That's a really good question. So I've been in banking my whole career, and very early on there was a woman who was an executive vice president in a bank that I worked for when I first started my career that I really looked up to, and that was in the 80s, and she wore pants. And for those of you that know fashion from back in the 80s, women didn't wear pants to work, they wore skirt suits. And I just thought that she was just very pleasant and very professional, and I was very motivated to be like her. And I am somebody that believes in giving back to the community and being very involved, and especially on Staten Island, it's a very small town in a big city, so everybody knows everybody. So you just have to be very conscious of your reputation and always being professional and really just being involved and out there and having people that work for me feel the same.
So as you mentioned, you really play a significant role in the island with community outreach. Can you share a little bit about the different organizations that you work with and support?
So right now I'm with the Staten Island Economic Development Corporation. I'm on their board. I'm on the foundation board for Eden 2. I'm on the foundation board for RUMC. And then I have some other positions in New Jersey that I'm involved in. Woodbridge Economic Development Corporation, I'm on their board. The Woodbridge Arts Alliance. I'm sure I forgot something, but I believe in becoming involved in the community. I've been on the chamber board for Staten Island. I was the former president of the Staten Island JCC.
So you're not the first banker we had on the show, and we're still trying to get this answered, but who has the combination to the safe?
I love that question. So I'm going to tell you that many people have the combinations to the safe, and it's split between different people. to make sure that everybody is kind of following a dual control process. So there is not one person that has any one combination to anything. I don't know if other bankers gave you that same answer or not.
I do not. They don't trust me with it.
Each banker's given us a little bit of a different answer.
And it's probably different depending
But
on where
probably
you...
a good thing too, right?
I think that is a good thing, yes.
What is the best advice you have received from your family or peers that you can pass on to others?
So I have a lot of euphemisms that I kind of have adapted over the years. And I always say Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's okay to take time to build something that is worth building. You don't have to do it instantly. It's not expected to be done instantly. Take your time, do it right. Never burn a bridge. Always leave on good terms because the industry is so small. And here on Staten Island, it's such a small town that you're gonna come across those people again, and you don't wanna have ever had a negative experience, you know, mar your reputation.
Michael and Natalie, thank you for being the co-host for today's episode of Dan on the Street, and Robin Lefkowitz, Executive Vice President of Northfield Bank. Thank you for everything that you do in the community. Thank you for joining us out here today.
Thank you, this was so much fun.